Hello, it's Jonathan from Caravan Source again. Today I wanted to do a video on batteries. We've had a few issues with batteries recently, and so I wanted to do a video to try and help you avoid the problem that we've discovered is quite common. So, what is a leisure battery? How is it different to a car battery? I'm not going to get into the technical details, but essentially a car battery is designed for sort of a high crank capacity, for that initial surge when you turn over the starter and it turns the engine. It's not designed specifically for sort of long-term power such as a leisure battery. A leisure battery is designed to give you that long-term power over a period of time rather than that initial surge. Caravans have had leisure batteries for decades, and the leisure battery in your caravan will typically power your lights. It will power the controls for your water heater and your central heating. It will power your pump. So you can essentially run off-grid and use the gas and your leisure battery to power all of that. But nowadays as well, the leisure battery powers your motor mover, and in the last few years, 5-10 years, we've seen a huge increase in people putting solar panels on their caravans so that when they come to use it, there's charge in the battery and it hasn't discharged in between uses and over the winter, which is helpful if you're in a storage bay and you need to get it out and you need your motor mover. So we fit solar panels quite often, and we advise people to have them fitted if they're coming in saying my battery's flat, can I have a new battery? We say yes, have you thought about a solar panel? So what are the typical sizes of batteries in caravans? Well, I'm going to show you that right now. Here we have 3 examples of leisure batteries. Over here you've got your 75 or 85 amp battery, which would typically be on a caravan which doesn't have a motor mover. Sorry, we are on a flight path, as you can hear. This is a 100 amp battery, and they can come, well, this is a low box. You can see it's lower than this. These can fit under the seats of camper vans, for example, and you get 100 amp out of them, and they are normally adequate for motor mover use, etc. And then you've got a 110 amp battery there, which again people use for motor movers and things like that if they've got the space. They do fit in most battery boxes in caravans. Well, I've never found them not fit in a battery box in a caravan. And to the main reason I wanted to make this video, not just to inform you about what kind of batteries people have in caravans and what they do, but over the past couple of years we've seen an increase in the amount of batteries which have overheated or even recently exploded and caught fire. So how do we avoid that? We do a regular check on our battery. If the sides of the battery are starting to swell and you're finding your battery's not holding its charge, then beware. Because if you then charge that battery and a cell has dropped in it, then it will get hot. It will give off gas, it will smell, and it could catch fire. We did have an example recently of a caravan in storage that had a solar panel installed, and the battery had obviously failed and been charged and charged and charged, and it exploded and blew the door off the battery box. We do always advise people, keep an eye on your battery. If you think it's not holding charge, don't just keep charging it and keep charging it, and don't just leave it on charge unattended. Keep an eye on it, see if it's getting hot. If you can do a drop test on it, you can bring it in here, we can do a drop test on it. Most car parts places can probably do a drop test on it for you. That just puts a load across the positive and negative terminals and will determine how good the battery is. But if it's not staying at 12.5 to 13.5 volts after it's charged, then there's a good chance a cell is down in the battery and the battery is on its way out, and you need to change that battery, because continuing to charge it could cause it to heat up, and in extreme circumstances could cause it to catch fire or explode. But certainly it gives off pretty noxious gases, and they are quite concerning, and you don't want your caravan to be filled with these gases. So keep an eye on your battery. Make sure it's not starting to drop in voltage and not remain charged. Make sure that the sides aren't bulging, and just be vigilant and aware. The purpose of this video is just to make you aware. You know, most people will not have this issue, but from the amount of times it's happened to us lately, I would say I am hyper vigilant now. If I tell customers, keep an eye on your battery, don't just leave it charging long term, because if your charger's gone faulty or the battery's gone faulty, you could end up in a bit of a pickle. So I hope that was helpful. If you're looking for a caravan, do check us out at caravansource.co.uk. We are in the northeast of England, but we can do video calls and we do national delivery, free local delivery. So give us a shout if you need anything. Check out our other helpful videos, and I'll hopefully make some more of these videos for you. Take care, keep on caravanning.